So Carolyn, this is the dining room, the ever famous dining room, which was really what started the gathering place in the beginning, when the Sisters of Mercy and Presentation Sisters wanted to provide basically a bowl of soup or a hot meal or hot lunch to somebody who needed it almost 30 years ago. And we've grown so much, since then. So this has become, the 3 times a day. This is a really busy place. We serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And the numbers of people utilizing those services just continues to grow.
What kind of food do you serve here, and how do you decide what to serve?
Oh, it's multicultural. It could be anything, whatever we have that I can utilize. It could be Mexican, it could be Indian, it could be anything at all, Americanized, chili dogs. As long as it's healthy and we're utilizing all the product that we have. It's extremely rewarding feeding all the people that really need to eat. It's at the same time, it is a little sad knowing that so many people need food. And that's a major worry that we have, and we're always looking for donations. We're always looking to be able to feed everybody that we can. We don't ever want to send anybody away without a meal or anything. That's the big thing here. I mean, we're doing it all for the good reasons, but it's still heartbreaking when we see there's such a big need.
And volunteers quite often reflect on how often they hear thank you. And thanks and appreciation. And sometimes our guests will do things for them. We have one guest who likes to sketch and draw, and he quite often will bring a sketch pad and he'll draw something relevant to what he just had for lunch, and he'll give it to a volunteer or an employee to say thank you for this meal today. So very appreciative, said very thankful, and it's really like it's a real combination. It's almost like an orchestra that sometimes may be a little bit out of tune, but plays well together when you have guests, volunteers, and also staff working together. So this is an area that's a private part of the building, which we have shower services available. We get, every day I get to reflect on how privileged I am, how fortunate and how lucky I am. And this is one of the areas where I think about that quite often. I got up this morning, like most of us did, and I got out of my very safe, warm, comfortable bed. I go to my washroom where I have a clean toilet and a clean sink and a clean shower. I get ready to go to work. I find something I want to wear today. Well, there's people in our society who don't have any of that. They don't have a clean bed. They don't have a clean washroom. They don't have a change of clothes to wear or an opportunity to get breakfast. So for many people, this is where the day will start. And as you can see, they're fully accessible and they're very well maintained.
How many people will use these in the run of a day?
Oh, we could have dozens who come in here, and it varies from day to day. Depends on sometimes how cold or wet someone is, or how long it's been since they had a shower.
So this isn't like a usual thrift store.
No.
What's the difference?
Well, a thrift store you would have to pay for it, and here you don't. Everything's free here. We offer anybody that's getting homed from our shelter or who just needs household items, we have them here. Now we also have a stash put away for, when they come in and they don't have anything, so I can do up a box. We have footwear, Christmas decorations right now, clothing for every size, from extra small to 4XL. We have some toiletries right here. We're just restocking the toiletries. And when they have nothing, this is life for them, it means so much. We have guests come in here that, leave so upset really, because some of them are embarrassed to even ask for things, but we accommodate them. Well, it's opened my eyes to what actually goes on in, with the homelessness and, in poverty, addictions. Until you work in this area, you don't really notice it, you don't know it. And when I came to work here 3 years ago, I'm going to tell you, my eyes were open. I saw things in a whole different light.
How so?
Well, it changed how I think about, when you're walking down, Water Street or downtown and somebody asks you for money, you're kind of thinking, but now, I know what they want it for, but it's a struggle, it's survival for them. So that's how I feel.
I've gone through some hard times in my life. I ended up actually staying downstairs in the shelter for 9 months, and that's why I come volunteer to give stuff back and just to help out.
And what sorts of things do you do?
Mostly I'm here in the boutique, like I said, pretty much every day, and if they need hands with heavy lifting and all that kind of stuff. First it was hard, like I said, after being in the shelter by myself, I was just pretty much saying to myself, so I came up here, talked to Joanne, Lucille, they let me come in here, and I love it. I love helping people.
What was it like for you being in the shelter?
Hard. Just, it's a homeless shelter. You know, it's not bed of roses any way you look at it, but they do the best here. They make sure you get fed, they make sure you're taken care of, so no complaints on that end.
And how have things changed for you since you started volunteering?
A lot better, a lot more purpose in my life.
Can you tell me a bit more about that?
Just instead of waking up and being up for an hour and then sleeping all day away and then up all night, and now I got something to get up and do during the day.
And how do you feel when you leave here?
Tired. Very tired, but fulfilled. I lost all my teeth, and between here and the dental associate upstairs, they got me my dentures and all that.
What kind of a difference did that make for you?
A lot in self-esteem. It was hard to eat, and like I said, wouldn't smile. It'd always be, you know, mouth down, head down, hood up. But now, like I said, I have no problem talking, smiling, and all that.
You have a beautiful smile.
Thank you very much.
What kind of dental issues are seen in here?
Yeah, all kinds. Whatever you would see anywhere. Paulette will tell you, like, her favorite day, she refers to it as D-Day, but D-Day is denture day. And we supplied numerous guests with dentures through the dentists that come in here, and I'll tell you, it's a happy day. It's such a life-changing day. The dentists, dental hygienists, and dental assistants that come here, they actually volunteer. They come here on a voluntary basis. This opened in the fall of 2018. We've had over 1,000 guests now who've utilized services here. And the difference for guests coming here to get care versus you or I going to a dentist, you or I go to the dentist, whatever insurance you may have, we're paying something, if we're lucky enough to have insurance. Guests who utilize this service don't pay anything. And the dentists will do everything they can here that they can basically do in a typical dental clinic.
This is our art room, and this is a very busy place. It's where people can come and express themselves creatively through art or through crafts. We also have a music room just off here where you can hear the piano playing. We're also standing in front of a little kitchenette here where we've started a cooking class. So part of that is bringing our guests together who prepare a menu, they shop for the items, they come together one evening a week and they prepare the meal along with a cook who instructs them on how to do that. And then they sit together and eat the meal together. We're standing in our temporary overnight emergency shelter that was set up in 2020.
How many people usually stay in here?
Oh, for the last several months, we have been full. So we're a 30-bed shelter, and we've actually added an extra bed, so we're 31, and pretty much every night we are full.
You know, we've heard people complain about not wanting to stay here. They're concerned about safety, violence, and about drug use. What do you say to those people?
So yes, we are a congregate-style shelter. We are modeled after many of the shelters across the country that allow people to come in from out of the cold. And we strive to provide a safe, secure space for people to spend the night. We look at that safety through our staffing. We have 3 staff who work here every night. We have security who work with us every night as well. So we try to create the space that's safe both physically and psychologically, emotionally for people staying here. So staff are here, like I said, throughout the night to provide that support. We are a harm reduction focused low barrier shelter, so that means we don't have many expectations when people come in, other than they're respectful in the space, that they respect themselves, others, and the space that they're in. As long as they can do that, they're welcome to stay with us. But being a harm reduction focused shelter means that we don't require that people be absent when they come in. So for some, they may still be very active in their addiction and they may need to use throughout the night. So we do allow people to come and go as they need to.
We have a permanent shelter in development right now that will be open next summer. And our plan for that shelter is to have partial walls around each individual bed in still congregate kind of spaces for a shelter, but we'll have half walls around them. Plan is to put power in them, so if someone needs to use power to charge up their phone, or if they happen to have a laptop or something like that, because some people do, and they don't have anywhere to charge them, they can use our Wi-Fi then. But if with a half wall around, it'll give you that privacy, but yet our staff are still able to rise above that or and stand and be able to scan the room to make sure that people are safe. So we're again trying to find that balance of maximizing the space, put as many people as we can inside, but doing it in a way that's going to be safe.